I have a very dear friend, and a number of years ago, we got into a habit of insulting each other. It was playful banter, but every time we saw each other, it was just this exchange of barbs. And at one point, it occurred to me, this just isn't, it's not the way it should be. Friends shouldn't speak to each other as, we're both rabbis. Rabbis should not speak to each other this way. And so rather than approaching him and talking about it, instead, the next time, he initiated a barb, as either one of us would have. And instead of responding, I made a self-deprecating remark about myself. It was extraordinary. It was like flicking a light switch. He picked up on it right away, whether consciously or unconsciously, and he made a self-deprecating remark about himself. And it changed the whole dynamic of our relationship. We ended up becoming much closer friends than we ever were. Now, there's a study that says that people who are sarcastic are perceived as being more intelligent. Well, that may be for those who are watching, but you're usually not going to win any points with the person who's the object of your sarcasm. What is it that makes us this way? Well, I can tell you from a historical point of view, the first recorded case of sarcasm is in the Torah. It's in the book of Exodus. The Jews are fleeing from Egypt. They come up against the Red Sea. They're trapped. The Egyptian chariots are bearing down on them. And what do they say to Moses? There weren't enough graves in Egypt. You had to bring us out here to die? First recorded sarcastic remark. And it's a kind of defense mechanism. When things are terrible, when things are hard, when things look grim, that we respond with dark humor. This is why Jews are so good at sarcasm. But the truth is, when things aren't that bad, there's really no excuse. The difference between sarcasm and irony is that sarcasm is always poking fun at others, whereas irony is turning that humor back on oneself. It's including everyone else in the joke that's being played on all of us. And you win so much more goodwill. You make such a better impression when you look for the positive, when you don't look to make your humor at someone else's expense. Yeah, you might win a few people's admiration for your quick wit, but you'll earn much more in terms of trust and loyalty and camaraderie if you find a way to keep your remarks positive and always look for the good. Use humor as a vehicle to bring people together rather than as a weapon to divide us apart from one another.